Hi, I'm going to channel for you today. The lighting's kind of weird because it's actually really bright out, even though it's full of snow. So there's that. So hopefully you can see me okay. So I channel love energy. That's all I know about it. I guess I'm not supposed to know anything else. So I just like to say hi at the beginning of the channelings and I say goodbye at the end. And hopefully you hear something that touches your heart, maybe. Okay. See you at the end. We will explain something to you that you have been wondering about through a lot of your time there. Is it true that you must follow leaders? Is it true that you yourself must become one of the followers and as a group choose together who the leader will be? You've always wondered if you really had to follow them or if you were allowed to confront them or treat them as if they were an average human being. There's always this kind of reverence, you see, for things that are old-fashioned. Now, we will tell you a little bit about how it had to be that way in the beginning, of course, because there was great chaos and mess, you see, and many human beings were not as capable of understanding, reading, writing, this kind of thing. Quieter, simpler folks, you see. And then there would be one chosen amongst them who could understand things at a higher level, who were more enlightened, more intelligent. So these were old times, you see. Old times. They are not really times for right now, are they? So this question that's lingering in your mind, you see, is from an old pattern that you had, that you must choose a leader and do whatever they say. At some point in your evolution, it felt quite powerless and ridiculous to follow a leader if you didn't agree with what they had asked you to do. If somehow you were checking in with yourself and you thought, that doesn't feel right, and yet at first you did it anyway, you see, then afterwards you'd say, that still doesn't feel right. The next time I will check in with me and decide what is right, no matter what the leader says. This is human evolution. I will check in with me before I succumb to the power of another human being. This is not always leaders, this is adults, you see, or other strong humans. You have succumbed to powers of others that seem stronger than you. It's an old pattern. We just wish to point it out that you come by it honestly, we'll say. It's part of human evolution. Today is different times. Today, many of you are looking internally to see what is right for you. You have fewer leaders, you see, fewer bosses over you, and you are much more free to make decisions on your own. It's a group, it's a society that has decided this. We will no longer unknowingly follow those who are louder and stronger than us. So as a group, you have evolved, you see, to this stage now, where you check in. Is that right? Does that feel all right? Does that feel wrong for me? Even though it could be right for the others, does it feel wrong for me? This is brand new language you have, you see, as you evolve as a species. Let me check it out myself, and I will get back to you with an answer. That's exactly the words you may use. I will check it out with me and get back to you with an answer. That's powerful in many ways because you are also saying, I don't have to answer your question. That's pretty new, isn't it? So you are evolving as a group, encouraging one another, and then individually, it's up to you to go sit now, you see, quietly. Connect with whatever you feel is outside of you and ask the question, what should I do? You'll be able to at first not hear clearly what is being said. It's mumble, 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 mumble. As you sit quietly and focus, you will be able to hear more clearly what is being said in response to your question. This takes quieting of the mind, you see. Quiet and focusing on a single spot, perhaps you would say, a single dot. We will have to explain this because you don't know what we mean. Sometimes when you sit quietly, everything's going on around you. There's noises, your brain and stuff, and this kind of thing. As you are able to focus on a singular dot in front of you, your mind quiets, as does your body. We see you. We're not aware of this. All right then. Perhaps we have not mentioned this to you. In your quiet times, focus on a dot. It's more difficult than you think. It brings all of your senses and attention to this tiny little thing, and all of a sudden everything quiets. Now, when you have done this enough where you can focus quietly, you will start to hear your answers. At first you'll guess what it is. Are you saying that? And you will hear a response. Yes. Not exactly. Listen more closely. See? Eventually you will have this kind of conversation with whatever it is you want to call it. Then you will be able to return to the human and say, I've spoken with my guides and guards and my other self and the universe. And we've decided to say no to your request. You see? It's a new way of being for you. Tell the others you'll check in and get back to them. Then go be by yourself for a while. That's a whole discipline of itself. Hear your answer the best you can. Then return to the human and say yes or no. This is new patterning for you. It's a new way of being, a new way of living. So now, you lead yourself, you see. Now you are the leader of you. With your team and all of your extra energy, not by yourself, but with a whole host of non-physical support. You can make great decisions. But it's a new learning process for you. But you're certainly capable of it because you have decided as a group you would evolve in this way. We will check in with ourselves, thank you. We'll get back to you. There is much love here for you. Namaste. There's always a little burst of energy at the end. That's what that was. So hopefully it wasn't too weird for anybody. If that was your first time listening, it might seem odd. So I hope you enjoyed that and there's something that you heard that's of interest to you maybe. If you like the videos, press subscribe on YouTube and you'll know when I put them up. Bye.